Who's ready for some Guerlain? Today we're going to smell two samples, one of which is Rosa Verde and the other one is the new Ambre Samar. They're both Aqua Allegorias, sort of, because Ambre Samar is in the Allegoria Absolus collection, what used to be the Absolus Allegoria collection, which is now being added to the Aqua Allegoria line. So let's start with Rosa Verde. They're both very new. I have no idea about them. They were sort of stealth launches. Rosa Verde, there's nothing I know about this one. I'm expecting something very fresh. Green rose, what's that going to be like? Let's open also a Fragrantica page. Oh! Well, the very first moments of Rosa Verde, love the bottle by the way, which is green, very accurate. The very first whiffs of Rosa Verde reminded me of Rose Nacré du Désert, which is a very green, minty, patchouli rose. This, on the other hand, is aquatic, rosy, but there's something so familiar about this. It's like I already know this. Oh God, I'm not going to be able to tell you in this video what's the answer to this question. It's beautiful. It's the fresh type of Aqua Allegoria, very, very fresh. It's a beautiful rosy scent, and the rose isn't that pronounced, which is lovely. I suspect a lot of cologne is in here. I don't know why. It's got that greenish cucumber melon type of scent, which is not unpleasant. It's quite fruity, sweetish. The rose helps a lot mask that, cucumber smell. It's quite lovely. Let's look on the notes. And the notes are cucumber, bergamot, mint, definitely mint. It's almost into that You or Someone Like You or herba fresca territory when it comes to mint. Rose, pear, violet, chypre notes. We have chypre notes as a note now. All right, what does that mean? Musk and iris. And indeed, this to me smells like the meeting point between a rose, herba fresca, which is another Aqua Allegoria, and Aqua Allegoria flora salvagia. It's the meeting point, which means it's something minty, smells like a field of wilting, maybe autumn-like flowers, wildflowers. The violet smell is quite prominent, which is very nice, makes it powdery. It's not terribly musky, but it is. I don't know what to tell you about that chypre note. It always intrigues me. Chypre is, I suppose, my favorite way of doing perfumery, but I don't detect anything. And above all, everything is watery, a bit fruity, very, very pleasant. It's a nice summery scent. I don't know if I'm in love with it. I don't know if I'll get this one. If I didn't already have flora salvagia, maybe. If I didn't already have herba fresca, maybe. But it's they're similar, but there's something more also. It's rosy and it's cucumbery. It's nice. Now let's smell Ambre Samar, because this is the one I've been more curious about. Is this going to be rosy as well? Who knows? Oh no. Oh, a very spicy amber. Coffee, cinnamon. It's that cinnamony type of vanilla ambery type of smell. It is lovely. I don't think we've had this smell at Guerlain before, or am I mistaken? Something, oh yes, I'm mistaken. Something in the background reminds me of Gourmand Coquin. So if you don't know what Gourmand Coquin is, or used to be, now it's called something else. It's this chocolate rose. So it is rosy. I know the bottle for this is red. Let's look on the notes. So the notes are almond, frankincense, cardamom. That's right, it is cardamom-y. I did say coffee at first, right? Amber, Davana, which is, I suppose, another type of Artemisia, tonka bean, benzoin, and patchouli. So no rose inside, but don't let that fool you. This is definitely rosy. Most of what used to be the Absolus Allegoria collection, most of them have a bit of a rose in it. A bit, just a tad. It's a jumble of things. I also get this fruity, again, baked apple sort of smell, which to me, this signifies, definitely alerts me on the vanilla, which is boozy and fruity vanilla. Very, very nice. This smells a lot more expensive than this line. Let me tell you, this is gorgeous. This I might have to get. There's also something that reminds me of a previous fragrance from this collection, which was Épices Exquise, but it's a lot more interesting than that one, I suppose. It's a lot more ambery, that's for sure. I think it's very complex, and I think it's very promising. I remember last year I smelled that very highly exclusive, Perle Impériale, which had that baked apple vanilla, fruity vanilla, boozy vanilla accord, and it's present here. I'm thinking this is one of their new molecules that they're working with. It's also present in, well, it's not new, but maybe they did something to it, or maybe they found a cheaper way, or a better way, let's say, not cheaper necessarily, a better way of using it more freely, because it's that same thing that you can smell in Spiritueuse Double Vanille, which is, again, fruity, boozy vanilla. And you can also smell this type of fruity, boozy vanilla in both Habit Rouge Parfum and L'Homme Idéal Parfum. It's there. And it's also present here in this Ambre Samar. This kind of elevates things. It makes me think that this smells a lot more, exclusive or expensive than this is. And I'm sure this is very expensive, by the way, because the prices at Guerlain have got up quite a lot lately. So I'm sure this is more than 200 euros now. I don't know the prices. I am very interested in this one. In the grander scheme of things, I think that Francesca Bianchi's Byzantine Amber is a lot more, interesting than this one. It's a lot more complex, but I do like this one a lot because it's cleaner, it's more see-through, it's more crystalline. It's, they're similar in terms of how the amber is produced, how the amber was created, but they're still very different scents. I really like this one, Ambre Samar. Now let's smell Rosa Verde one more time. It hasn't changed. Maybe the rose is a bit more prominent, it's sweeter, but that's probably because I'm smelling them in tandem. It's a very beautiful scent, Rosa Verde. I don't think it's something terribly new. Again, I have this weird déjà vu or, déjà connu feeling when I'm smelling this, but it's a simple yet interesting scent. Fresh, very nice. Now, Ambre Samar, on the other hand, is really something that gets me interested, gets me going. I really want to explore this more. I love this because it's also quite powdery. And the amber in this, have Guerlain ever done a very incensey amber? Well, there's Tonka Impériale, which is quite incensey. There used to be Arsène Lupin, which is cardamom and frankincense. And this kind of reminds me of the spiciness of Arsène Lupin as well. I think it's called Épices Volées now, which is, again, I think discontinued. In the grander Guerlain portfolio, I think it fits. However, I don't think they've ever done something so modern ambery, because it's not giving any Shalimar vibes. It's not citrusy at all, which is very interesting. It's this sort of darker, sweeter, flatter amber. It is a bit flat, because it's not multi-dimensional. It's just, amber from start to end. But that fruity vanilla really elevates the composition. It's very interesting. I love this one. So these were my first impressions on the two new Aqua Allegorias, I guess. If you have any other questions, do let me know in the comments. And until next time, remember, fragrance creates memories, and may yours be happy.